was not paying attention to my phone. That's my bad.
I tell you, one of the things that's interesting to me, but we'll fire it up in a minute. So I was watching the dude.
No, he already fired it up.
Oh, he did. I was watching the dude make a samurai sword, dog. Like he went from cutting the steel, dog. He went from there to heating it, folding it again, folding it again. Like it was just long process, man. And he had this beautiful katana at the end. I was like, now that's legit.
Yeah,
it took him like 36 hours to do, man.
Yeah. All right,
So,
I got you.
Yeah, my brother's been wanting me to do the Renaissance Fair thing. Well, we didn't do it this year, but he said that there's like it's like every weekend for like a couple of months, so you can get like a season pass and then just like go every weekend, which seems like something to be like, well, get a season pass and we know we got something to do every weekend, depending on if we want to or not. We can at least go there. And he wants me to get this mug. He's like, dude, I paid $150 for this mug, but you can kill somebody with this mug. It's like leather that's been like beaten, and it's like freaking hard as shit, and it's huge and handmade, but it is pretty awesome. But it's expensive, but it is very cool though.
Okay,
man, that's what's up.
So we out here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while, so I don't even like. I'm just kind of way out of practice for this shit.
I go to YouTube, go to Twitch. I mean, you know what it is. You pick up the ball and you go running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Intro and then just keep it moving.
So, Sam, you're not doing a camera?
Yeah, I'm looking for a nice background.
You're moving I bet you're moving your desk around your house trying to find a nice background, right?
No, I actually had to move the camera because I had it set on top of the TV earlier because I was looking for something for when I stream from the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm just gonna let me see it. Okay, I think this is good. Where are we at?
I just used my doggies in the background. The picture that I took.
Oh, I thought he was really like sitting there looking at judging you.
Nah.
Like, what is this fool doing?
No, that's the girl. That's the girl Stormy, and then this is Ubi over here. That's the other guy. Ubi. His real name is Ubisoft. So.
Yeah, I need Microsoft. I need Microsoft to buy Ubisoft too.
Listen, listen. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, I mean, they probably tired of going to court right now from trying to buy everybody. So they probably want to take a break on that, a quick hiatus.
All that shit was stupid from the beginning. Let's be honest about this. Let's be honest about this. Well, welcome everybody. Scarcasm. Possibly one of the last consistent Scarcasms for me personally. Well, we'll get into that conversation later. But yeah, so we just gonna get this thing running. I mean, of course, everybody's in the building. Blue, Chase, Sam, we all in the building. But let me tell you about this shit.
Tell me about this shit.
I'm so fucking glad that this FTC shit is over with because Sony stretched this shit out for no fucking reason.
Son, if Sony could get if they had the haters ball 2023, Sony would win. Sony would win.
Man, hate.
Hey, guess what? Sony's found their non-metric, right? Jim Ryan is a terrible.
Jim Ryan.
I mean, it's stupid because here's the thing. Like let's be honest. Sony ain't really got the money to do this, right? So they just basically kind of snitched to the FTC. Like, I mean, what the fuck these niggas doing? Like, they doing shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Sony is like Sony is like the supreme middle child in this situation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Mama,
you don't see this? You don't see this because technically Nintendo is the oldest,
right,
and Microsoft is the baby. So Sony is like the middle child in all of this stuff. Going, come on, you can't tell me you see this.
They're the middle child.
You'll just get away with everything, you know.
Yeah, so they the middle child that's sitting downstairs.
Nintendo's grandma that lives with her. Yeah, Nintendo ain't even a child.
No, Nintendo is the oldest child who then like the one that's already done moved out the house.
They done left for college.
They left for college. Like, you know what I mean? Like they getting a fucking liberal arts degree. You know,
they getting their life together. They getting their life together, man. But like
you know, worried about nothing that's happening at home right now.
You know what Sony is? You know Sony and Microsoft down there tussling and everything, and you know Sony down there hitting Microsoft when mom and them ain't looking when they walking into the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? They in the basement, and in the second Microsoft launch off and hit Sony right in the mouth or push them into something, then they crying the loudest. And then they're like, ooh, and then the parents are like, what the hell you doing in there, Microsoft? What you doing in there, Microsoft?
Exactly.
And
Microsoft ain't do a damn thing. And the worst part about this shit with Sony is clearly in the lead over Microsoft. And this is not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference.
Not immediately, but eventually it could.
No, it can't. Because Sony has that big of a lead. And to be honest, Microsoft ain't popping nowhere other than here.
Keep it real. Microsoft themselves admitted that they have lost every generation they have competed in.
Exactly, because they barely have anything in Japan.
Right.
And in Europe, they're getting their ass whooped too. Microsoft's real base is only here.
Yeah.
So like they can't overtake either of the other two because the other two have footholds in other places other than here, and Sony got here too.
And even here, Sony still is in the lead here too.
Exactly. So they just held up this process for what? Like, because in shout out to my man on Twitter. Let me I gotta find out his name. But he basically said a long time ago, and he just started putting up a bunch of Sony exclusives. He has more than he's on more than one platform, but he just started putting up game after game after game after game after game of Sony exclusives. It's like, Sony got this and Sony got that and Sony got this and Sony got that, and then they said, but Sony is basically telling you that none of this means anything compared to this, and he held
to
up
this
Call
one.
Of Duty.
Yeah,
Call of Duty. Like he said, all of this shit don't mean nothing to them.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty means something. It's like Call of Duty can't mean that much to you. But
I mean, it is true. Like the all the your God of Wars and your Uncharted's and all that stuff has notoriety, but Call of Duty, people don't like we've heard on PSVG and stuff. People don't realize how, even to this day, with your battle royales and Fortnites and stuff, Call of Duty is an absolute monster.
So what I saw on Twitter the other day, and I think this is right, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but they said the top downloaded game for PS5 last year was like the Modern Warfare, right? And then they said the top downloaded game for PS4 was that same Modern Warfare for that version, but then they said the third most downloaded game for like PS4 or PS5 was Minecraft. And they said Microsoft is Sony's biggest third party. And you think about the number of copies they sell of Call of Duty on PS5 and PS4, then you look at how ubiquitous Minecraft is, you can see that there's some modicum of truth to that statement. So it's just interesting.
The gentleman I was talking about, his name is King David. His Twitter is King David OTW. He is on the Iron Lord.
Oh, from the Iron Lords.
Yeah. Yes, that dude.
I used to write for them.
Yeah, we had this conversation, but yeah. So he was just saying he's been doing this whole thing about wearing a fucking military hat and all this kind of stuff and talking about hold the line. About
Admiral Kirhi? Are we doing Kirhi?
Yeah, he's doing Kirhi. But what he said was like, yo, like you pointing everything at Microsoft, and Sony is the one that's telling you that they shit don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm. Sony's trying to deflect. Sony's like, get them FTC, get them CMA over there in the UK. But Sony is the one over there who is, it just came out today that they are paying for exclusives. They're paying for Microsoft customers to not get things like Final Fantasy 16. They paid for that. And it's like, come on, man. It's like you sitting here yelling at you sitting here telling on your kinfolk that they didn't put their hands in the paint while your hands over there dripping. Like, come on, man. Like you can't do that. Like, there has to be some modicum of shame in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's like it's some.
Why and like and blue.
And I say this shit for Sony and Sony fans. Don't be a bitch ass nigga and throw rocks and hide your hand.
Right, exactly.
Don't throw rocks and hide your hand. Like that's some bitch ass nigga shit. And like and I think anybody who, I mean, and first of all, I just thought that the conversations about all of this stuff is just weird. It's like we're still doing the Sony versus Microsoft thing. Like, we're still doing this. Like, we're adults. Like, are we still doing a console war? Like, why are we not over this by now? Like, why are we not over this? Like I said, in with the new Twitter, with the way when Twitter switched up, and now you get to see a whole bunch of shit from people that you don't even follow. Like, I get to see a lot of console war stuff, and I'm blocking everybody. Like, I'm blocking everybody, and I typically don't block people. No, I mute people. I don't block people because I don't feel that strongly enough to block you. Like, I never want to see anything you ever have to say again. Like, well, that's never.
I block literal like phishing accounts and stuff.
Yeah, I have not. I have two. I have two people who care about the console war that are grandfathered in, because these are people that I follow for a long time. And JVB is one of them. I'm not even gonna lie to you. JVB is one of them. And there's another one. Those are the only two people that seem to care about this at all. That I follow, and I will not block and I will not mute, because they're kind of grandfathered in. Everybody else gotta go. I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. I want nothing to do with this. I've been banging this fucking drum for years. The console war is stupid. It's dumb. It is a waste of your time, my time, everyone's fucking time. And if you made a career off of this shit, I say this with all sincerity and with all disrespect. Fuck you and everything you love.
The kids too? Like the kids too?
Because kids don't know anything about the console war. They only know what they've been taught. They only know what they've been taught. So fuck whoever taught you this.
So it's funny, Scar, because you always say that you're not a gamer, and you're not a gamer, and I can confirm your position has always been the same: console war, stinking stupid. But you get so passionate about it. Like, you get so passionate about these people running out here, just wasting air.
It's just stupid. And the people that I follow, and when they say stuff or they share stuff, I literally ask them, like, yo, is this worth it to you? Like, why is this worth it to you at this point? Like, literally, like, of course. Well, that's what we talking about. We talking about in the chat. Heinz gang, the fuck Frenches. But someone said that they wish that the energy for the console war could be spread to other things. But
right.
But no, I ain't hating on Frenches. But is great value. Great value, my nigga.
Great value.
Great value.
On time.
Great value. We out here on this great value life. But nah. But it's just I literally just ask people when they share stuff or when they say stuff. I'm just kind of like, why is this worth it to you at this point? And like, and I never get a sufficient answer. They just kind of like, I just kind of do shit. And it's just like, yeah, but like, is it worth everything that you've gotten from this? Like the reactions that you get and all of this kind of stuff. Maybe that gets you a couple of views. Maybe that'll get you a few listens. But like, is this the kind of energy that you want in your life at 50, dog?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like this stuff, this stuff is so dumb. Like, when you,
I just don't want this kind of energy in my life at this age. Look. In a couple months, I'll be 44, and I'm not even as old as some of these people. I just don't. I'm too old for this shit.
Yep.
I'm too old for this shit, especially when I'm in a position to where, as if I wanted to, I can buy both. And most of us in this.
Why does people my age look older than me? Every time I'm like, oh, that dude must be my age, and they're like 25. I'm like, no, they're not.
Hey, they lived a hard life, son.
Yeah, there's some people live a real hard life, hard scrabble life. The small town stuff. That small town shit is stupid as fuck. Look, I'm not even gonna dignify this shit with an actual fucking response, but that is because I don't care. I don't care.
That Aldean stuff. Yeah,
I don't care about country music. Like I've never liked country music, and this is one of the reasons why I've never really cared about country music. But here's what I'm gonna do, and I said the same thing when it came to like Confederate monuments and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck what they do. Just keep threatening to take it away. The people who get mad, I know I can't trust. Mm-hmm. Don't actually take it away. No, I'm good. It don't bother me. Like I don't listen to country music, so I ain't never. This shit ain't never gonna pop up on my Pandora. Not that I listen to Pandora, but this shit ain't never gonna pop up on Pandora for your boy.
You mean? Pardon me. You mean your iHeartRadio? It's not gonna pop up.
I'm a YouTube music kind of guy.
Yeah.
But like on my YouTube music playlist, this shit's never gonna pop up for me.
Now on your title playlist though.
But because I don't listen to country music, so I ain't never got to worry about hearing this in any way, shape, or form. But like the people who get upset about it are the ones I know I can't trust. Straight up and down. Yeah. If you care about this, I got a strong fuck you for you too.
I'm just thinking about this.
Look, I'm saying fuck you to a lot of people on my way out. Most people, for most people don't know that this is the last version. This version of Scarcasm. This is the last one, and like I said, we'll explain later. But this is the last. This is the last version of Scarcasm that goes this way.
Yeah. So. What's funny to me is when I sit around here and I listen to that stuff, there's, when we do all our reactions and stuff, and we're all, we all have some appreciation for art in different respects, right? Music, or there's actual, arts and crafts, things like that, right? So the thing that bothers me, there are a couple of things that bothers me. Like one, it's a lot of people caping up and they don't really know what he means. But before he even came out and said, "Hey, this is what it means," right? So they didn't, But then the second that he comes out and says, Aldean comes out and says, "No, this is what it was really talking about." Then you got people telling him, "No, man, that ain't what it is." And so I'm thinking, so if the creator of a piece of artwork tells you what his intention was, what gives you the right to argue with it?
Because he lied.
Yeah. That's it. That could be one of the two things. Like he completely lied.
What are we talking about?
Jason Aldean, and he wrote the song. And he showed a video about all type of stuff, protests, and he was saying, "Hey, you can get away with that stuff in the big city." He's like, "But let me see you try that in a small country town." And what was taken from that, what was inferred from the lyrics in the song is that it was like basically like hate speech, and it was very
it was a call to arms for racists.
Yeah,
it was a dog whistle for racists. Yep. Like they kind of perked their ears up, like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he said something about my grandfather gave me a shotgun, and it's like, okay, we know what that's, but
then he also lied about the shit about the protest and all of this stuff being like some of that shit, and especially somebody did a thing where she looked up the images. And he was talking about how this is all from protests that happened here and all of this kind of shit. Like, yo, most of that shit, especially in the first little bit of the fucking video. No, it's not even Charlottesville. It's stock footage. And that shit's not even from here.
It's not from here.
The lady flipping off the fucking cops is from Germany. Like, what are we talking about here? And then like the guy with the fucking Molotov, the guy lighting the Molotov is some stock footage from like Austria or some shit. Like, this ain't even us. Like, you trying to talk about like this is stuff that happened here and blah, 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 whatever the fuck. And it didn't even fucking happen here.
So we got Scott.
Yep. Scott slid in.
Scott, what's up? Pause. What's up, dog? No, I ain't say that. Yeah, I won't pause yourself, bro. I won't pause yourself, bro. Like, yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't be as bad if he didn't just straight up lie.
Yeah,
because that's what he did. He straight up.
Like I said, I just think it's kind of hard to really come out and write those lyrics and then be really proud. But then the way he explained it, I was like, I don't know if I got it from that. But to be honest, I didn't listen to the song because, as we said before, I don't really listen to country music. So go ahead, Scott. What's going on, man? Can't hear you, though.
Oh, yeah?
So yeah. Sam, what you I know you probably didn't see it, but yeah, I saw it on the news this morning, man. And I thought it was quite hilarious.
Yeah, and the courthouse in the video was famously used for lynchings. But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, how many courthouses in the South were not used for lynchings?
It's a good question. I bet you there were more. I bet you there were fewer courthouses that weren't used.
Exactly.
Than there were ones that were. So now you're muted. Now you need to unmute yourself, dog.
Hey, okay. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
We got you.
All right, good.
What's that background?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's a Discord one, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the Discord one. Okay. You see the guy in the background? Yeah, the white outline is a little Discord guy.
There's a person behind you, Scott.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've never even like changed like my icon on Discord. I never even put a picture up.
You still got the default one, right?
Yeah. I still got the default. So like, I don't know about none of this shit. My shit is default like a motherfucker.
What's good, Scott? Man.
Oh, not much, man. Just had to top on and say what's up.
What's the world like? Over there in Indy.
What's going on?
Not much, man. It's just hot.
Yes, and I'm too fat for this. I'm too fat for the heat, bro. Like,
is that the name of the episode?
I'm too fat for this.
I'm too fat for this. Like, bro. No, this is definitely gonna be called The Last Dance. But
Jordan gonna be coming for us.
I mean,
he took that personally, Scott. He took that personally, Scott.
Yeah. So
he can take this shit personally all he want to. Like, I'm like, what he gonna get from me? He not broke. Like, what are we talking about? You know, it took me how long to get all of the pieces to build my computer? Like, come on, dog, sue me for all I'm worth, because I ain't worth much. But yeah, I don't know. It's just there's just so much going on right now, and I started to move a little bit further away from social media.
Scar's PC named Jordan.
I should name it Jordan. Because that is my sister's last name. My sister, her married last name.
Yeah.
So
she married Michael.
It's still keeping no. I wish. but I'm sorry, but my sister looks like me.
Look at Scar putting limitations on people.
Look, we know that Michael Jordan loves sevens. I mean, he loves sevens. We know that he is about that seven life. He like more sevens than first grade, but like, what is we talking about here? That's not a seven that he's gonna roll with. All right, man. Like, it's been a while since we did a show, so we should go around. We should go around the room and see how everybody's doing. What's been going on? We can start with Sam. Well, Sam kind of disappeared. Oh, there you
go. Let's start with Scott. I'm kind of getting my thoughts together still.
Sam's trying to like stay in this realm.
Yeah, he's trying to concentrate in this existence so he can stay on this plane. So
there you go.
Scott, what's going on, though?
Oh, not much, man. Just working and playing some games.
You still doing the Amazon thing?
No, I work for a food service company now. I'm a delivery driver for them.
You quit Walmart?
Yeah, I quit Walmart last year about this time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I work for so basically a vending company, but I deliver to the bigger routes like Amazons and stuff like that. I just drop the stuff off and somebody else fills it up. I work like 10 hours a day.
It sounds like a lot of time to listen to podcasts, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish I had time to listen to podcasts. I really don't.
Me either. I don't have time to listen to podcasts.
My commute is so short. Like it's like, I mean, my commute is 8 minutes. Like,
dude, I can't get through the intro. I'm work from the house. Like, I can't get through any podcast intro before I got to stop and work. So, like, so no, it's all good, man. I understand, man. But yeah, you said it's hot. It's 97 degrees. It was 97 degrees down here yesterday, and it's about the same. Well, it
was in the 80s today. It was in the 80s today, but like that's still not like it was 89. That's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, we ain't that far from the 90s. Yeah. And I spent Sunday in the country.
Yeah.
When I say in the country, I mean in the country. We was like 30 minutes away from anything.
Everything. Yep.
That's how I grew up. Apple picking?
No, I was with my lady and her people. It was her birthday. It was her birthday celebration, but she had it at her people's house because she had it at her grandma's house. Because because her grandma is not in full health, so it was like go to grandma instead of having grandma come to you.
Yeah. I always go to grandma.
But I was in the country. Like, man, it was like country. It was like, it was like where their house was, and then like it might have been like a mile or so where the other house was.
No, wow.
Yeah. So that's what I grew up in. Scar. That's where I grew up at, man. I grew up on a peanut farm. And
a lot of farmland.
Dog. Like, listen, I didn't see a stoplight till I was 5.
Damn.
Have they not been invented yet, or?
Yeah.
Did he just call you old?
Yeah, hey, man, I'm 43, man. Me and Scar same age, man. But yeah, man, I grew up in the country for real. So yeah, the closest thing down my street was a 4-way stop.
I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life at all. Like, this shit was like, it was cool. It was cool for like, the fact that like, all of the people came there, we was all there. But like, let's be honest, like, it was hot. Like, it was hot outside, and like
did grandma have central air? Because generally those old country houses don't have central air.
No,
you got window units.
They had window units in the crib.
There you go.
I ain't see no central. They had window units.
There you go. That's what I'm used to, son.
They had the window units.
Scar was up there with the MLK fan like this.
Yeah. Or the praying hands. You got one of the two, man. You got one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
but yeah, so like, yeah, it's just been, I don't like the heat, bro. I'm fat, so I carry a little bit of extra padding. So like I'm good in the cold. Like it can be cold outside. I could be wearing a thin jacket. I'm good. I can't do the heat, bro. And like I was just out there sweating. Like, because I mean, it don't take much. I mean, I'm fat. I get the meat sweats. Just, you know what I mean? Like, it does nothing. But like, I was just out there sweating. It was just rough.
Yeah, I understand.
But anyway, back to Scott.
Yeah, back to Scott.
Yep. Just been playing some games and watching YouTube.
Are you playing the same stuff?
Playing Call of Duty and got back into Madden. I'm in a 32-man league. That's pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah, but like being in a 32 league, like you gotta you gotta have people who are really devoted to this shit. Because like you have to meet with them. Like, is it weekly?
Yeah, we got two games a week.
Okay, so you have to make time. You have to make time to play the game with everyone. Like you ain't got other than your bot. You only got bye weeks where you don't have to worry about this shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of like I remember doing like the MLG thing in Call of Duty back in the day. It was, I mean, we didn't do well, but it was still fun to like. We're like, hey, we're gonna like meet up and compete in this thing or whatever. But yeah, we were terrible.
Yeah, I'm not competitive in that way anymore. I'm just not.
Man, me either, man. I can't do it. I'd much rather co-op.
It's hard to meet up.
It is.
No, it's hard to meet up with you. Like we'll play a game with Chase, and then it'll be months before we play a game with Chase again.
Just like we were playing Division 2 for a while, and then Chase just stopped coming.
Yeah. Pause. But Chase was just out. Like, and Chase does that. And then when the subject comes up again, and Chase will be like, yeah, we haven't played that. Yeah, it's your fault.
You're like, we should do that. Yes, we should.
Yeah, because
y'all play so late.
See, look, and it's not even just us. Even in the chat, someone says still waiting on chat for Chase for the Boulder Glass raid. Ain't that the first raid? Ain't that the first one?
There was that one time that he was idle for 30 minutes, and we're like, Chase, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm customizing my dude. Like, dude, we're in the middle of a mission here. Come on.
Hey man, yeah, we done revived 2-3 times. That's hilarious though.
Yeah. Yeah, we did the same thing with the Division 1, because we started playing the Division 1 again on PC, and we played the game with Chase, and then we were all on. We were all literally on here talking, and Chase just kind of disappeared.
Yep.
And came back was like, yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, man, I got it back.
Oh, that time that I came on, and then all of a sudden Chase just came out of nowhere. Hey guys, I'm going to bed.
Exactly. That was it. We were like, well, what you doing, okay, whatever, man. Like we and Scar and I had even played and leveled up and got to a point where, okay, we ready to take on this next mission with Chase. Like we was ready. Scar and I was running through, and then we was like, okay. And then Chase came through. All right, man, I gotta get about it. Okay. All right, man. So
yeah, it's just wild. Like trying to be Chase's video game friend is difficult.
I feel Chase though, man, because like sometimes I want to sit down and just I feel like punching something in the face. So then I play a game that punches something in the face, even though I told somebody I'd be out there, shooting somebody in the face. And then so I feel him sometimes.
I'm still hanging out,
I think since we're picking on Chase, I think Chase should go next.
I'm gonna go next, but yeah,
you're gonna go next.
I actually, I've always been that way. I mean, even back in the Call of Duty days and stuff. Like some days, everybody be playing Call of Duty, like, I just want to play Fallout, and I'm still hanging out and chilling and talking, being in the party, and that's kind of what the party nights are about. I mean,
Yep.
But yeah.
Bird. When everybody else will be playing one game, Jaybird would just be sitting there chilling, just talking about Walking Dead or something.
Like, yes,
Jaybird, shut up.
Jaybird is 100% Jaybird. Rest in peace, Jaybird. But Jaybird and Chase have a lot in common.
They really do. Sometimes I get them confused.
Yeah, and they talk similarly too.
Mm-hmm.
I at first in the first beginning of like doing shows with Chase and stuff like that, I was just kind of like, wow, this is really kind of Jaybird adjacent. Weird.
Yeah.
But then I grew to love and respect Chase as my favorite punching bag.
So bogus, man. So bogus. Like you can't even send that man off like without a jab or three.
No, I can't. Like it's really difficult. It's really difficult to talk nice about Chase without saying something mean. But that's kind of like being a dude. Like it's like because like how do I say this? You know, like Rashani's my internet bestie, right? Mm-hmm. And we've known each other for all of this time through podcasting and all of this kind of stuff. And Rashani is a different kind of dude than me. And he's the type that'll call you and be like, yo, I just called you to say I love you, dog. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I can't say I love you back without adding something back. Like, yeah, I love you too, nigga. Like you know,
right? Just a little something.
Yeah. Love is real, motherfucker. Like you know what I mean? Like you can't. I can't just be like. I can't just say it like that without adding something to it. Like it's weird, and I know that it's just like. I guess it's like the man in me. And I'm not the most masculine nigga of all time, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that man in me just be like, can't just say it that way. Nope, I'm not about to do it.
And it's not. It's not even that. See, to me, I think it's a deficiency with how we are taught what manhood is, right? Eventually, or what society has told us what we expect manhood to be, right? Kind of cold, distant, right? Always collected, but never really emotionally invested. And so I think I understand exactly where you're coming from.
I mean, like when you look at like it's been a while, but when sometimes one of Amber's friends would come over and they'd be watching movies and they're just sitting there snuggling, and I'm like, me and my dude friends don't snuggle.
He's like, we don't do that. Man. Why don't we do that?
Nah, man.
Ain't gonna be no snuggling, dog.
Nah, son. I need at least an elbow distance between me and the next cat. Like at the very least, maybe 2 elbows. You know what I'm saying?
How many feet we need?
I'll put deodorant.
How many feet we need to be away from each other? At least 350. Like I need
350.
I need
all three of y'all.
At least 350. I need that space.
Hey, I'm just saying. I was doing the 6 feet apart thing way before COVID. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Yeah, hey, hood rules, man. For real, you got to survive out here,
it's
man.
Like, it's not about whatever, man. It's just hot. Come on.
Move around.
I'm fat, dog. Like I'm already warm. And like it's hot as fuck up here. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm upstairs in my house, and like it's hot as fuck up here. So it's got to be like that. So what's going on, Chase?
Not too much, man. You know what's crazy that that this iteration of the podcast is ending, and guess what? I actually finished Red Dead. It took me like the entirety of the podcast.
The first one?
The second one. The first one. the second one is 3 times as long as the first one. So.
I never even started.
You hear that, Chase? It is 3 times as long.
Yeah.
Pause. Solid pause.
But yeah, like some people saw that as a negative. They're like, man, why did they have to make it so long? I mean, but then also like, it's kind of crazy that they did. They really didn't have to. They could have made that 3 games and made 3 times the money, but they chose not to. They were like, this needs to be 1 game, and we're going to make it 1 game. Like it's crazy.
I think the original intent was they were going to try to make some more money off of Red Dead Online, and Red Dead Online didn't make nearly as much as Grand Theft Auto Online, and they were just like, yeah, about that.
That last third could have easily been DLC.
Interesting. I never finished it. I played it and I was like,
I never started.
Bored, so I stopped.
Yeah, Scar's like, I got you beat. I never started.
Yeah.
I never started. I was interested. You know, when I went to Chase's a few years ago for Extra Life, he had it and he started the game that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." And then it was on Game Pass for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of like, yeah, about that. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think I bought it for like $15.
It's crazy though. Like you really hear about people. You're like, man, are you really that good at video game? Because like people complain about this game, this thing. They're like, man, I'm shooting people in the face because the controls are. I'm like, I just booted up Red Dead 1 because I was like messing around with Xenia, this 360 emulator, and I was like, the controls in Red Dead 1 are very similar. Like maybe there's a couple of things that are changed, but like for the most part it's the same. And I'm like, you're just shooting people in the face because you use the left trigger to talk to people. You don't realize that you could not use the right trigger and just not bring out your gun. I'm like,
right.
Like, I never shot my horse. And people are like, I just shot my horse by accident. I never done anything by accident in that game.
Isn't that a country song? I just shot my horse.
Probably.
Probably sounds like
There's a game that I cannot talk about when we talk about controls and they need to fix the controls. There's a game that I cannot talk about that very much needs that. Very, very much needs that. They need to fix the controls of that game bad. And when I can talk about it, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about that shit at length because, boy, let me tell you.
Yeah. Not very good. I concur. I know what you're talking about, and I'm with you. I'm with you.
Can't talk about it, but when I can, it's gonna be some furniture moving when I start talking about this shit.
Wait, y'all probably gonna want to tune into that show because it's gonna be quite hilarious.
So you at the very end of the podcast, now all of a sudden we have freaking like review copies. What are we doing? Like,
no, it's a closed beta.
Oh, okay.
It's a closed beta for a game that hasn't came out. That's coming out. Well, we don't know when it's coming out, so
yes,
it's closed beta. But yeah, right. I got into closed beta, and I don't like the game very much.
Right. I think we played it together, and then was like, you know what? Hadn't been back.
That's the game to where you guys played it, and we immediately played the old one. That's better, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And said, yeah, this is still fire. And then kept it moving.
Yep. So we'll go Blue. What's going on, Blue?
Man, listen, dog. This is what's going on with your boy. Man, I had this since the last show I was on. It's been about finishing things and wrapping things up. So
same here, man. Freaking Steam Deck has like destroyed my backlog. I've been like killing games I haven't like. I didn't play Red Dead on the Steam Deck, but a lot of the other things like just like rapid fire because I can just play at lunch and stuff, you know.
Nice. So I wish I had a good portable because so many of them are coming out. But what I have been knocking out since the last show, man, I went back and I finally finished Persona 5 Strikers on PC. It's a great game, man. If you like Persona 5, you like Persona 5 Strikers because it's that game with action-based combat. There you go. Social link system isn't as hard, so it's more simplified, but it's good. I quite enjoyed it. Finally finished up. I finished up Diablo 4. I finished up the campaign. I think I'm like level 54 now. My rogue is nasty.
I wonder if that's going to come to Steam because it just got announced that Overwatch is coming to Steam.
Oh, okay. But that might be good because that is a Blizzard game, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So Activision Blizzard.
I've heard people speak on how disappointed they are in Overwatch, like the new one.
I don't know. I mean, I just know
I've never played either game. So
only thing in Overwatch I played was the co-op stuff. So
okay.
Yeah.
There's just so much stuff going on the screen that I would never be able to keep up with any of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, I mean, you can because you'll have to learn where to focus your gaze, but eventually you'd be able to do it. Eventually, you'd be able to knock it out. More. So I also went in and finally finished God of War on PC again. I like to go in and play like the great games every couple of years. I like to replay them every couple of years, man. So, man, that game is phenomenal on PC. Like whoever ported that game needs to port every PlayStation game to PC.
And that Nixus?
Yeah. I mean, it is fantastic, dude.
Which God of War is it? Just the original?
The 2018. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's 2018.
Dad of War.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like,
boy.
Oh, 2018? 2018 that game come out, and look how it looks.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It is phenomenal. And so, wrap that up. Man, that was great. So, like I said, man, I just been finishing up a lot of things, and then I finally, I kind of got into Marvel Midnight Suns, and I've been playing that a little bit, and that's turn-based stuff, which I'm not a fan of turn-based games, but this is fun. It feels like a turn-based Marvel Ultimate Alliance. It's basically what it feels like. So
have you joined a book club Blade yet?
Not
the
yet.
The original Marvel Ultimate Alliance, not two.
Kind of feels more like the original.
Okay, because two was.
I never got to play two.
Two
was a whelming game. It wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't underwhelming. It was just whelming.
But I've heard that 3's trash though.
Listen, I don't never quit.
I could tell you if I could see anything in it.
Yeah, I own 3.
I can't see nothing's going on.
I own 3 for the Switch. I had somebody buy it for me for a birthday present or something one year, and I don't use my Switch. But when I was looking at people talking about this game, it was like, "Do not play this shit handheld."
You gotta die.
Do not play this shit handheld. You can't see shit.
You can't see nothing. You really can't.
Like it's like so much happening, and like you can't see a fucking thing. And like, bruh. I'm getting older.
I straight up made that mistake.
Just using the Switch in handheld mode is a struggle in itself. Just being able to see games that you already know, games that I know very well. I think about a month ago I pulled up my Switch because I was bored at work, and I started playing 2 Point Hospital, and I'm like.
Well, you know what? I noticed that's only a problem with third-party games.
I don't play their first party stuff. Like I don't play their first party stuff. So like that's probably an issue that I should have thought about before I bought the fucking thing. But
that's funny though.
Yeah. So that's you, Blue, or you got some more?
No. I got a couple of more things. Those are my games. Like I said, I've been wrapping up things. I wrapped up All American that finally hit Netflix. The last season. I wrapped that up.
Oh, that's done?
No, they actually got renewed. They're one of the shows on the WB that actually got renewed, and they got renewed for like a half or like a truncated season.
Yeah, I need to get back to it. I think I'm a couple of seasons behind.
Yeah, but it's only like the rest of this truncated season, so they got to finish everything out in like half a season. And then, man, I've always watched that show Manifest when it first started. That NBC show about the plane that went missing, and I wrapped that up on Netflix, and you could tell. It's funny. You can always tell when the show finishes up on Netflix because in that last season they had way more cussing than they did in the first.
Cussing. Like Designated Survivor. Designated Survivor was like that. Cobra Kai was like that.
Absolutely.
What was that? What else is Lucifer?
Lucifer for sure. Lucifer for sure because it was a Fox show to begin, but no, it didn't hang that.
It's a Fox show now. It's a Foxy show. And
it's not Netflix, but what's the sci-fi show that was on Sci-Fi but it's on Prime?
The Expanse.
Expanse.
Yeah,
The Expanse.
Yeah, The Expanse. Boy, when they broke left hard.
When they like the chick who plays Auntie Ron in Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
She is she had a potty mouth to begin with.
Yeah, she did.
But it was a little subdued.
It was restrained, yeah.
But
sure.
when that shit got on Prime, she let loose. It's like she be cussing.
She do. She like Scar. Like her and Scar would get along because like they would say something and she'd be like, and her response is literally like, "Well, what do you mean?" Like that's her response. Like for real, what do you mean that you know?
And known as Auntie Ron. Shout out to Auntie Ron, who also is supposed to be in the new Assassin's Creed, right?
And she is. She's the mentor in Assassin's Creed. Yeah, for sure. So I'm looking forward to that.
There was something else that I heard her voice in. I can't remember what it. It's something.
She also played. She was in the first season of The Punisher. I didn't see the second season.
Was that the lady with the deep voice?
Yes.
Oh, with the gravelly voice.
The raspy. The raspy.
She was in Star Trek Beyond.
Okay. Yeah. Good to know.
She in The Expanse, she is wonderful.
Yeah, she is. She really is.
The only thing, every time I hear her voice on anything, I hear her saying "Tali Vas Normandy."
Yeah, I know that. I still call her Auntie Ron. Like I don't care when I call her Auntie Ron, no matter what she's in. When I saw her in The Punisher because she plays the cop Madani, her mother. She plays her mother in the first season of The Punisher, the Netflix show. I'm like, yo, that's Auntie Ron. I know that fucking voice. She Auntie Ron for me forever.
Yeah, and so I think that's and then I also wrapped up the first half of season 3 of The Witcher that's on Netflix. The second half should be dropping next week, actually next Thursday. When they wrap it up. So that's Cavill's last season.
Apparently, their numbers have
dwindled.
Went down a lot.
Yeah, they really have. I think it's because people thought that Cavill wasn't going to be in this coming season because when they first released the news that he was leaving, they didn't really clarify like very clearly that he's going to be in this season. So it's really good.
Well, it's not like a ratings thing, so maybe it could once people figure out he's still in it that they'll start building it back up because it's not like regular TV.
Do you know that Netflix? I saw an article somebody wrote on Twitter either today or yesterday, that they lied about the whole password thing. Because they did the whole password crackdown thing, and they started saying, we had record people signing up again, and all of this kind of stuff.
It wasn't
apparently them niggas lied.
That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me, man.
I mean, I'm paying for my mama now.
Are you really?
I'm paying for my mama now. So like that's the only reason why I still had Netflix to this day. Because my mama was still on it. My ex was still on it, but I didn't care. Like because I didn't use Netflix that much because my mama used it. If my mama used it, then I'm gonna keep paying for it. But yeah, it turns out they weren't doing as well as they hoped.
Yeah, because a lot of it was account migration, right? And so you can't they're just kind of double counting it is what they're doing, and so it's not cool. So but no, that's all I got, man. But like I said, I've been wrapping things up.
I forgot I finished Dead Space, the remake.
Okay,
if you haven't played Dead Space before, just don't even worry about the original. The remake's where it's at, especially the asteroid thing. Because that was fucking terrible in the first game, and this one is actually pretty fucking good part.
I had fun with the game, but I was pretty fucking annoyed.
What was it?
With Dead Space because it's just like there's that guy who used to do this joke, right? He used to do this joke about Glenn Big Dog Robinson. You know who Glenn Big Dog Robinson is? Glenn Big Dog Robinson was the first NBA player to get $100 million contract. And so his joke was Glenn Big Dog Robinson has to do everything. Like from like you know what I mean? Like Glenn Big Dog Robinson has to coach the team. Like he got to drive a bus. Like he got to do everything. I'm not gonna tell the joke because I'm not gonna tell the joke. But it was just kind of like Robinson do this, Robinson do that because he was the first one to get him $100 million contract. I feel like Glenn Big Dog Robinson in that game because everything that needs to be done, I gotta do it. It's like if multiple more than one of us came to this place to try to figure out what the fuck happened. But I'm the one that gotta go do everything.
You're the engineer.
Hey Isaac, we're gonna need you to go down there and walk the dogs. You know, they haven't been walked in about 2 weeks, so we appreciate that.
It's like Office Space. Yeah,
that was kind of how Modern Warfare
does get annoyed.
Yeah.
That was kind of how Modern Warfare 2 was. Every 5 minutes, Ramirez, go do that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
but I get it with Call of Duty, because Call of Duty, almost every Call of Duty, you're being led into things like the whole purpose of Call of Duty is you're never a lone soldier. That's the whole purpose of Call of Duty, because you got all of these first person shooters and you're the guy and you're the only guy there and you're making all of this shit happen. So the whole purpose of Call of Duty is you're never by yourself. So you're always being led by someone and being told where to go. And they typically go back and forth between more than one character. But it's usually Ramirez, we need to go we need to hold down that fort, you know what I mean, come on dog, for real, it's Ramirez, there's a rocket launcher on top of that building. It's that stuff, but that's the whole purpose of Call of Duty. I think that was supposed to be the purpose of Dead Space. I gotta do everything. The fuck you need?
And
I get it.
And you gotta make all your own tools too. Not only do you have to go do everything, you gotta go craft your own tools to get everything done.
Exactly. I got niggas chasing me that don't die. You know what I mean?
That's Dead Space 2. That's Dead Space 2. But yeah.
No, that's just one.
Your glass is full.
Wasn't Saints Row like that too? You're the leader of this gang, but you're the one that has to go out and do everything.
Yes, but technically with Saints Row 1, I'll say this, for Saints Row 1, there were kind of plants in every game that kind of gave you your in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
in the first one, you were kind of the low-level guy.
Yeah, you were the low-level guy. So
2 and 3, you're that dude.
Yeah, you're that dude. But we can't talk about Saints Row because I'll be here all day. Because I just started watching someone play Saints Row 1 for the first time, and it is...
It's rough, ain't it?
I watch people play games a lot these days, and let me tell you, watching someone play Halo 2 for the first time on PC, on mouse and keyboard, is the most frustrating thing I have ever seen in my life. And watching someone play a first-person shooter that I know how to play. Yeah. And they are a PC gamer, so they are all about precision. So it's all about the rifles and the snipers and stuff like that. It's the assault rifle is right there. That is your bread and butter. Assault rifle, punch a nigga in the face when you get close enough, throw grenades when they're far away. That's how you play Halo. It is not about fucking headshots. Rounds, nigga. Rounds.
That should be the name of the episode. Rounds.
Rounds. It's Halo 2. You dual wield in that game. It's about all of the rounds because you can hold 2 guns. That's more rounds.
Hey Scar, tell them about how they shot both dual weapons.
But the play advocate. The battle rifle did come out in that game, right?
Yes, but here's the thing. They will dual wield the weapons, right? But what they would do is they would have plasma weapons, right? They would shoot one gun until it starts overheating and then switch to the other fucking gun. What are we doing here? What are we doing? And then he went the fucking the 8 things. I can't even think of what they are right now. The brutes. The brutes are real tanky because you are missing the rounds that you need to kill brutes. What are we doing here?
Oh man, so funny, man.
It's like that. There is no greater pleasure in that game than dual needlers.
Right. Exactly. But you hustling so hardly backwards if you going in shooting one at a time, son.
Right. And when you got one gun, you not gun butting nobody. You ain't throwing no grenades. Half of the time you don't remember to throw the grenades. It's like, bro, what is we doing here? These are the 3 pillars of Halo.
Man.
You shoot people, you hit people, you throw grenades. That's what you're supposed to do for all of Halo. All of it.
So hilarious, man.
It is the most frustrating thing ever. And I'm just like, the whole time I'm just kind of like, bruh, what is we doing?
And you know it's new PC people. Because old PC people will be circle strafing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not knowing how to circle strafe a fucking hunter.
Really?
What are we doing? He's shooting at hunters in their face. Yo, walk up to my man when he get ready to swing at you, move to the side, shoot him in the back. It's really that simple.
Because really what Halo is the console version of a PC shooter in that time period. Be like, let's give you that circle strafey, arcadey PC experience you get in PC first-person shooters like Quake and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was jumping over hunters, jumping over hunters to shoot them in the back, and it's like, just move it to the side, dog. It was a quick sidestep, and he out of here.
Yep.
Just to slide to the left.
Yeah, right.
Slide
to the
right. This shit's stupid, but before I get into my shit, Sam, you ready? You ready?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, what you got for me?
Now that I'm living that single life, I got tons of time on my hand. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I watched stuff that I missed out on when I was younger, because I've gone through different periods in my life as far as watching entertainment. Mm-hmm. There was one point where I was just complete movie snob, and I wouldn't watch popcorn movies. I started watching the Fantastic Four. I never watched that before.
Okay. The first one was not bad.
I'm having some issues with it, but that's just the old me trying to come out, But it's all right. I mean, fine for the time period. Try to put that on TV. You try to put that out now, they'll just chew that up. They'll just dissect it.
Mm-hmm. The one with Michael B. Jordan is awful, though.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Is awful. I'm so glad I didn't see that in the movie theater. I literally got up and cooked dinner in the middle of it. I literally paused the movie, got up, went and cooked dinner, sat down, and I cooked a full dinner, not I just threw something in the microwave or something. Right. No, I cooked spaghetti that day. From scratch. I paused the movie, went and made some spaghetti, sat the fuck back down and finished the movie. That was I literally was this is so bad that I don't have a problem with just pausing this shit for an hour.
I want there to be a multiverse thing where the OG Fantastic Four shows up, and of course it's Captain America, and they're looking at him hey, I recognize you. I want that to be a thing.
Yeah. Man.
I think they should they should bring the old Fantastic Four back in because I know they're bringing a whole bunch of people.
Well, they're doing Deadpool.
In Deadpool, yeah.
But some of it's a joke because they're gonna have Elektra in there, Jennifer Gardner. And I think the whole thing is going to be a joke. I don't think it's going to be serious.
Yeah, because the Daredevil, your man's is supposed to be Daredevil in that movie.
Who, Affleck?
Affleck, yeah.
Affleck,
really?
Affleck,
are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's confirmed for the movie. Absolutely.
Oh, God. But so I've been watching that. Doing a rewatch of Spider-Man 2002.
Spider-Man 2002.
I don't know why I hated this movie. I think I hated this movie.
Is that Maguire? That's Maguire, right?
The first Maguire one. I think I hated this movie at the time because I hadn't separated yet the fact that they're gonna have their own separate storylines from the comics. I was annoyed at this movie when it came out. I was like, wait, that's not how that happened. Wait, Mary Jane didn't go to school with Peter Parker? It's little things like that. I think that just annoyed me. I was just kind of really, really frumpy about it. So, so far it's all right.
I think it's all right. I think a lot of people did rewatches leading to No Way Home.
Yeah, a friend of mine did that.
I rewatched Amazing Spider-Man with Garfield, and
I love that.
I enjoyed those though. I enjoyed those.
I was surprised of like when I rewatched those movies because I didn't hate them at the time. I just thought they were okay.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised at how much hate that movie got. Those movies got.
Yeah, they did. They got.
Well, maybe they wanted more action and all this stuff, and those movies are kind of emotional. You know what I mean?
But the Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
They're way darker compared to the other ones.
Yes.
Like one joke that'll always get me though is like when he's fighting off those thugs and they pull out the knife. He's like, "Oh, you discovered my weakness, small knives."
Yeah, it was so good. And then he shot him. And then he shot him with the web like immediately after. Yeah, it was great, man. It's great. So,
what else you got?
I've been dealing with the neighbors. Something that we told them was going to happen a long time ago. That, of course, people don't listen. So then woke up one morning and there was a tree in my yard. It didn't belong there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We told them a long time ago that thing is going to fall and it's going to hit either somebody or something or the house. Of course, whatever. But like, yeah, if it was so in the state of Texas, I looked this up. If it's still alive looking or whatever, if it's still a healthy tree and it falls in your yard, that's on you. Now, if it's a dead tree, if it's a tree that's just kind of rotted out and old, it's on them.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that I looked at it. Yeah, that tree's been gone. That tree is just like So yeah, they finally called someone over to come and chop it up and take care of it and stuff. And that was a whole ordeal for the entire day because it would leave at some points, and I'd be like, "Wait, is that it?" Because they still have a lot more to do.
Right.
And then at one point they bent part of my fence that's over there. Not a part that I actually need. I think that part of the fence has been there since like the 70s or something. I don't know. Okay. But I'm not really that hurt about it. But I did notice that they tried to fix it by pulling it back up, which is really funny.
Wow.
Because I could tell, like, wait, it wasn't that deep earlier. They literally try to yank it back up. It was really funny.
Wow.
But no, they finally took care of that. And now that's done with. And it's kind of crazy because like we had actually been talking about hiring somebody ourselves to take care of it months ago. And now we don't have to do that now. So that's a good thing that came out of that. So but I've been dealing with that since like 2 days ago.
Man. I don't know how much ice y'all get, man, but that would have been really bad in the winter. Because that would have been really, really bad. Because ice on trees, man, those limbs, that ice is so stinking heavy, dude.
They only had to deal with ice one time.
No, these last couple of years we've been getting a heavy dose.
Yeah, they've been getting hit.
I'm just fucking with Texas. I'm fucking with Texas. I mean, y'all got
these last 2
you
years,
ain't never read the shirts though. It says don't mess with Texas. Like you ain't never read the shirts, son.
Like anyone who thinks global warming isn't real, just look at what we've been going through in January, February.
Right. Well, we just had like the hottest day ever, right?
Yeah,
like
July. It was in July or early
globally, like the global average or whatever.
Yeah,
but the climate has traditionally changed over the years. If you go back and extrapolate the model back.
That's one thing. Yeah, like it does. It has been going up slightly ever since since they first started recording temperature.
Yeah, which was 1979, but they can use the model to actually go back and interpolate data from prior period.
That's my year.
I thought 69 was a very good year. See, not many people know that though.
You said 79.
I know, but I said 69 was a very good.
That's a Smashing Pumpkins song, 1979.
Is that? I don't know if that's what is it. That's hood R&B. That's like 90s R&B. Okay. I'll find it.
1979 is a song that goes.
Carl, remember how you were talking about the like K-pop is just basically just R&B done over again.
Yeah.
I found proof. There was this girl online who was just writing out lyrics to this new K-pop song that came out. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I was like, wait, that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
it's that old song.
Yes.
And I posted a video to it. They were like, I swear that was the same thing.
No, I'm gonna tell you the part when I noticed that this shit had gone too fucking far. This is like a couple years ago when Pooh was first started being into all of this stuff. Do you know somebody remade that chicken noodle soup shit?
Really?
In K-pop form, they remade the chicken noodle soup shit, and I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is this? Like, why, of all of the stuff that you could have took, why take this?
Right.
Chicken noodle fucking soup? Are you kidding me? So yeah, I still can't get down with K-pop. I'm sorry.
Oh, you noticed that? I mean, it wasn't like a negative thing, but like people are still getting butt hurt when we mention, like we compare things to the wrong things because we don't listen to like a bunch of power metal and stuff. So you see that? They got mad. They were like, "This isn't like Dragon Force at all," or like, "What?"
I'm sorry. That shit sounded. I said it. I said it sounded like Dragon Force to me.
Are you still being harassed by the Nightwish people?
No, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. But like every time we do something, it's always on something that Scott suggests. Then we always get.
It was the Asian group, but I think Blue said something about like anime. They're like, oh, whenever Americans hear anything Japan, they go anime. Like it's so simple.
No, people have to understand that those opening and those outro songs and like they all have a particular tenor. They all have a particular feel. Just like if you turn on the news, like a news jingle, it's gonna feel the same regardless of where you are, but it's probably just gonna be culturally relevant. That's the same way with anime. Like they all of those songs before or after have a particular feel, and they're all selected for a particular reason to elicit a particular feeling. So they are intentionally similar. So if you don't like it, y'all can kiss something. I don't care. It's true.
Fuck them.
It's true. It's true, dog.
This is the day of fuck them.
So
I'm still not over some of the anime that Chase was recommending and what not that long ago. So weird stuff, bro.
What was I recommending?
I don't know I don't know if it was you or somebody else was just recommending something about like.
Well, him and Blue, they both
a
like
dude and a chick were like something about a controller like comes out of her ass or something, and he plays a game off her asshole or something. I don't know.
That wasn't me. That was
definitely true. Jason knows what I'm talking about.
I definitely don't watch that.
I tell people about this, and they look at me like I'm the weirdo.
And I think I may know what you're talking about, but it's not playing a game, and it's not coming out of her butt. It's
the smaller her back, whatever.
It's Darling in the Franxx.
That's it. That's the one.
Oh yeah, I think I started watching that one, and I stopped after like 2 episodes, I think.
Yeah, I try to tell people about that, and I'm looked at like I'm Jared from Subway or something. I don't know.
It's bogus, man. Yeah.
They're like, hey, what's his name? Yo, we need you coming out here, Mr. Henson.
What? Oh, Mr. Hansen. Okay.
Yeah. Scott Hansen. Yeah,
hey, why don't you have a seat over here?
I came here for you. I call you Scott Handsome. that was that episode of Boondocks. No pause needed. That was the episode of Boondocks.
No pause. Okay.
That was Boondocks. That won't me. I was just.
You just quoting.
I watched the first season of that. I never watched it again.
Oh my god, the Boondocks was some funny shit, but it was just kind of like when they got rid of Aaron Magruder.
Yeah, I was gonna say like did they go down or did it become less funny when he left?
Yes, it became very less funny when he left. It's kind of like that season of the Chappelle Show when Dave went to Africa and shit, and they still try to keep the show going, and it's just kind of like. No, I don't think this works.
Right.
No, the lost episodes.
Yeah, the lost episodes. No, I don't think this works anymore. Like,
right.
Go ahead and wrap this shit up, B.
Wrap it up, B.
All right, so you good, Sam?
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right, let me tell y'all what I've been up to. Little to nothing. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I have been dealing with some health issues over the past week or so. A couple weeks where I'm having some vertigo issues.
Yeah, man. It's tough.
But it's like only when like I wake up. So it's been like weird. And so like most days I don't really feel that great. So it's just like I haven't been playing a whole lot. I did, however, before the vertigo issues, I 100% went all the way through the Division 2 on PC alone. Like 100% of that game. Well, technically 100% of the game, but I used two characters. I did one character where I went all the way through all of the DC stuff, all the way through World Tier 5. I did all of that stuff by myself. Like every bit of it by myself. And then I started a new character and went straight to New York and did all of New York by myself.
Wow,
all the way through. And that it was difficult, but since I played so much of the game, like I kind of had it like, okay, I understand how to do this. But that shit was not. That shit's not for the faint of heart. Like especially doing New York by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I died so many times, just trying to. It was just kind of like beating my head up against the wall. Like
pause.
Just like I'm in my forehead. I'm in my forehead.
Okay.
So that played some played some Division 1 with Blue. We still working on it, getting through it.
Yep.
And then playing some Grand Theft Auto Online. I really like that game. I really wish I wasn't playing the game by myself. Like, but like the place where
didn't Rasta say he was going to play with you?
Yeah, Rasta said he would play. But I haven't.
What version do you got?
I have the Series S version on Xbox, and then I do have a PC version that I barely started. But I do have a.
So you got the S/X1.
Yes,
I might chop on there with you.
Yeah, I do have those, and then I just bought. I bought a sub. I got the sub, so I could do Cayo Perico. And I have an agency, so I can do the Dr. Dre missions. Like all of this stuff I can do, but it's just really difficult to do this shit by yourself when you're not that great at the game. Because like one thing I hate about Grand Theft Auto Online, everything costs way more than it should.
Oh yeah.
Everything costs way more than it should. And buying armor in that game is a complete waste of time. Because like you'll have a full armor and you're like, yeah, I'm about to go do some things. The mission starts, pap, 2 shots and your armor's gone. You down the health. Yeah. Like, damn, dog. Like, what was the purpose of me spending $500 on this chest piece? And I this shit gone in a couple shots. Like, this shit is weird. It's like super fucking weird. But yeah, I kind of like it. It's fun. I am going to there's a couple of things that I want to get back to. I know Blue got me a couple of things from the Steam sale that I have yet to get into. Even gave me one of the DLCs for RimWorld, which I'm a RimWorld fan, and I've been watching someone play RimWorld because I haven't been up to wanting to play the game. But like at some point I'm going to try to get into that and just play some on my own and get some of that stuff done. But I know that they're getting ready to take 2 Point Campus off of Game Pass, so I need to actually buy those games now, even though I own 2 Point Hospital on PC and on Switch. Now I have to actually buy the Xbox versions of both of those games because that's where I actually played the games, because they were on Game Pass. So now I have to buy the games there because that's where I was playing. So,
or you could just start over again.
Well, 2-1 Hospital does not have controller support on PC.
That sucks.
Did you get used to using the controller or something?
Yes, very much so. Yeah, I mean, and I've never been a WASD. I've never been a WASD.
But that's not a WASD game, right?
On PC it is. I mean, using the mouse to move around that. Yeah, I'm just not a WASD type of person. When I play games on PC, especially those kind of games, I am a mouse look person. I'm just gonna move my mouse till it gets to the edge of the screen, so it starts moving in that direction. Type of person.
Wow.
Yeah. It's bad, and I know I need to learn how to play mouse and keyboard. I know I need to learn how to play mouse.
Well, you can do it backwards, because when you're like, oh, I can't do it, I was like, maybe if you just try with a game you really like just think of a game that you really like, and do that game. And for me, the game that I played, it was Fear, but then because I was like a PC game that I really like, that I know that I'll enjoy, but you said it's because you're left-handed. I was like, well, then do it backwards, right? So you would have your.
Well, I used to play when I used to play Unreal Tournament, I played left-hand mouse, and instead of WASD, I had it mapped to the arrow keys.
But with the arrow keys, you're down, right? So you're not hitting like your space bar for your jump and stuff. So you just want to opposite. So instead of WASD, it would be like PL semicolon, or whichever would be, because you
JKL.
Yeah, somewhere along there.
I think it's just I need to WASD. I need the WASD. I'm left-handed, but I still typical on everything. I still typically mouse with my right hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I typically do with my left hand is right. Everything else I do right-handed. I only write left-handed.
Huh.
So that's weird, but
that's from lefties living in a right-handed world. Like that's just what it is. Like my grandma.
I need to really learn how to do it. It might be a thing where it might be worth it for me to learn it. Like you said, do it in a game that I played a lot, that I would play a lot. I could do it in Division. Start a new character and just learn how to do it that way.
Yeah, you could.
It's just Division does have complicated controls. Like I mean, you're doing more than just aiming and shooting.
Yeah.
Like I don't
imagine having to throw a grenade from the keyboard, like an EMP from the keyboard.
I mean, normally they map it in a way to where it's you don't really have to move your hand a lot. So like a lot of times E, F, and G are like, because you would just move your one finger over, and a lot of those times are things, and you're
usually the grenade button or something.
You're in the space bar is normally your jump. Because it's
crouch is like control or alt or something.
So it's how your hand kind of just rests there.
Yeah. So I think eventually I'll try something. I don't know if I'm going to do that anytime soon, but I think I will learn at some point.
I think Half-Life 2 was the first WASD game.
I cannot play Half-Life 2. For some reason, that game
I can't either.
Gives me motion sickness like a motherfucker.
The first one did that to me.
Like Half-Life gives me motion sickness like crazy, and I have no idea what it is about that specific game because I don't get motion sick. If I'm playing a game myself, I don't get motion sick anymore. Sometimes if I'm watching someone play something, if I'm watching a video or I'm watching a live stream or something like that, yes, I can get it there. But if I'm playing a game myself, I don't get motion sick anymore. But Half-Life,
for me, it's the polygons. It's that era of games, 96-ish. Because of all the polygons and stuff, it bothers my eyes for some reason when it's a lot of movement. Like I think like GoldenEye used to do that to me. NHL 64. because there's so much movement in an NHL game.
Well, I mean, Half-Life 1's a little bit far back for me, but I stick with like 2 if I'm going to play Half-Life, but I can't really go back to 1.
You kind of have to because Valve can't count to 3.
No, they refuse.
Black Mesa is quite good. It's the fan-made remake of the
fan-made.
Great.
Yeah,
it's great.
So I'm about to get out of here, Scott. I got to finish packing for tomorrow, man, because I'm heading out of town tomorrow.
Word up, dog.
I hate to miss your sign off though, but
no, I mean, I'm just gonna say what's happening, but like the legacy will continue. And I'll still pop in for shows. It just won't. It is gonna be different. I'll just say that it's gonna be different. I'm keeping Scarcasm as a feed. I'm still gonna pay for it, and then when I feel like hopping on, I'm gonna hop on and just record something. It probably will be topical. I'll pop in and talk about a topic. But Chase and Blue and Sam are going to be taking the show elsewhere. Yeah, they're gonna start. Chase is gonna start up a new feed. Have you decided that it was gonna be Geeks on Raw Radio, or
it's gonna be Geeks on Raw on Anchor, and I'm pretty much going to like put it out now to like have kind of an open door policy. Like if you are in the Discord and you have the thing that says you're in the fam that's been guested, and you're like, hey, I kind of want to say something on the podcast. We're not going to be like, oh man, Ron Block or Scott just joined. Like, why are they joining?
Why are they here?
I'm gonna be like,
I'm out. I'll see you later.
Like, so like if you guys just want to, that our times and if we change it up, we'll let you know. But like our times where we record, it'd be like hanging out. It'd be Geeks Gone Raw as an actual podcast versus a network. You know what I mean? Just kind of bringing it back to basics.
Yes. So the shows will continue. It's just they're not going to feature me every show, and I'm going to pop in over there. Like when it's time, if when the show is going on and it's a day where I can make it or I fucking feel like it. I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna be.
Scar's gonna jump in and go, "Hi."
No, you ain't never gonna get that phone from me. But so the show is going to continue. Scarcasm is going to continue in a limited capacity. I'm just when I feel like it, I'm going to turn on the microphone, say what I need to say, and then go about my business. But the show will continue. Over on Geeks Gone Raw, that Chase is going to be running over there.
Chase is going to have us recording an episode in Valheim.
Right. It's like, hey guys, gather around this campfire.
Gather around this campfire. Watch out for these creatures that pop up every now and then. Just
Right. All right, Scar. Gentlemen, thank y'all for this evening. I said I'll be out of town, man, till about Saturday evening, but I should probably be on relaxing, getting my desk and everything together on Sunday. So if I get a chance to get that all straightened out, I'll probably be out there gaming a little bit on Sunday evening. So
wait until Scar finishes that video. He'll make you one.
Yeah, I know. Make me that desk with some resin.
That should be sweet, dog. Sweet, dog. I'm making it in alpha colors.
For sure, man. Absolutely.
I'm not making it out of resin. I'm gonna melt down some resin, like the little fucking dark chocolate thing.
On that note, I'll see y'all next time.
All right,
you just have to do that when I shoot the water, didn't you?
It's gonna have to be capped.
Yeah. So that's basically the crux of it. That's how the show will go on. Everything will continue, and like I said, I'll be over there. Some just not. It won't be a consistent thing for me. Like I really wanted to I really wanted to let this thing go a long time ago. And like every time we did an August or the Spring Fling, it kind of like re-energized me and be like, well, maybe I don't want to quit. It's just like, but like I got a lot on my plate these days, and I may be happy.
I was going to like be like, well, let's have it end off on August, and then I'm like, you know what, that might make Scar be like, you know what, I think I want to, and I know you really wanted to. I mean, I didn't want to put, hey, let's, you know, end the band, but then play the most amazing festival of all time. And we're like, why are we ending this? You know what I mean? Like, let's
right. Right, and then the also the YouTube stuff is going to continue. The YouTube stuff is going to continue because that's not as consistent. Like we record those in batches, so like it's usually weeks in between when we record those, so that won't be a problem.
Yeah. I got an R&B song to bring into this.
Okay, just make sure that you send it. Just put it in the thing, or do you want to send him the link of how to add stuff?
It's in that little. I think he's in. Well, maybe he's not. Well, I'll send you the link to how to add stuff.
Yeah, there's we have a way that you can add stuff from your YouTube to that playlist of where we get all this stuff from. So we can do that. So that stuff is going to continue. Like we are right outside of being able to monetize over there. I don't think we're going to be able to monetize much, especially because we're listening to a whole bunch of stuff that's being blocked. But like we're very close to that part where we might be able to pull in at least a little bit of ad revenue. We just need a few more. We just need a few more subscriptions over there. So Geeks Gone Raw Universe YouTube for that part.
Well, I do have something new to announce that I kind of thought of it at work when I was
instead of working. That's great.
Yeah. Well, at work on my breaks, I normally play the Steam Deck, and I was like, you know what? I've been finishing games. I wonder how many breaks it takes to finish games. And I was like, well, I know my breaks are, you know, I have 2 15 minutes and 1:45, and I was like, well, that's not really normal. Most people just have 1 30-minute lunch break. So I was like, maybe I make a YouTube channel where it's all like YouTube shorts with a trailer for like 15 seconds, and it says how many lunch breaks it takes to beat various games. And so I've made a new YouTube channel, and that's all it is how many lunch breaks it takes to beat games on the Steam Deck.
Okay. That sounds like fun.
It sounds like a youth thing, Chase.
It's very Chase. It's very Chase. For the show, are you going to use the same music and stuff?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about the music. I thought maybe getting. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit deeper, like almost not. You know, a little bit more atmospheric, like it's a little bit more after dark, I guess. So maybe laid back and lay down something that's a little bit like that, you know.
Okay, I'll see. I'll send. If you remind me, I'll send him a message and see what's popping.
Like maybe make his beat and whatnot, and then slow it down like 75%. You know, do that like.
So screw it.
Yeah.
Look at old Jam Master Chase over here.
Fucking DJ Screw Chase. So like what else is there to discuss? I mean, I got a few minutes.
Well, what you been playing? What you been doing?
I mean, I talked about that. I talked about that part. I've been watching a lot. I mean, you know me, I watch a lot of YouTube. But as far as like watching like TV shows and stuff like that, I am watching Secret Invasion. People seem to not like Secret Invasion very much, and I'm like, this is kind of Andor-ish.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's just like, do we have to be reminded every 5 minutes? Well, Nick Fury hasn't been the same since the blip. Like, geez, yeah, we get it.
Yeah, I like the show so far, and next week is the finale, and I think this should have been a longer show. The 6 episodes is not enough to tell the story that it seems that they wanted to tell here. But it's very Andor. It's very like in a world of superheroes. This is very mostly grounded espionage. It's very espionage with scrolls involved.
I do like that they brought. I mean, I hope I'm not spoiling anything. I do like that they brought in the Super Scroll. Yeah, that's something that I've been kind of wanting to see.
That was in the trailer.
It was really.
Yeah,
but he has the powers of the Fantastic Four, doesn't he?
No.
Because are you sure I thought he did the Mr. Fantastic rubber arm.
That was Groot. He's used it. They in one of the earlier episodes, they looking at the computer and they saw the stuff they have access to right now.
Right.
And so far he's used Groot. He's used the Groot power the most.
I haven't seen the latest one yet. So
okay. Yeah, he's used the Groot power a couple of times, but when he does that, it's not Mr. Fantastic, it's Groot. That's the part that was in the trailer.
That's what I thought he was doing. I was like, well, because the original Super Scroll was Fantastic Four, he did have their powers. Yeah.
Yes, he had all of their powers. But this dude, he used Groot, and they use another one. They use another one that I'm not going to spoil it, but they use another one that we've seen in the early movies. Cool. Early MCU movies. But yeah, I've been watching that, and that's been cool. I watched this one show with Pooh Bear. It's some South African shit, and I was just kind of sitting there at first, and I was just kind of like, okay, this is whatever. But I started to get into this shit. It's about this woman who is cheating on her husband with one of her students, and like the student ended up being the child. Like the lady is a professor, her husband is a judge, and the I mean I don't care if I spoil it because I don't even know the name of this shit. I can't think of the name of it, but the judge basically made his. He made himself a judge by being a part of a case of this guy who killed a child. And the guy who was basically framed for it kept saying that he didn't do it, and eventually he killed himself in front of his wife and child. And so this is years later. This dude is a judge and all of this kind of stuff. And so the dude who this judge's wife is cheating with is the child of that dude. And he is like getting his revenge on the family for what they did to his dad and all this kind of stuff. It's just wild stuff. And it's like a lot of twists and turns and that shit is interesting as fuck. I wish I knew the name of it because that shit had me like.
You see, South African show about a judge.
Yes, I could probably find it on Netflix. I could probably
Justice Served. Is that it?
No, hold on.
No,
I'll find it.
Cool.
So I watched that with Pooh Bear. I watched the end of it. I didn't see the beginning. I didn't see the beginning of that one at all, but that shit was just really stinking good. Like I was in there like, yo, this shit wild, bruh. Oh great. Now this thing is hold on, let me see. I hate that it automatically starts playing trailers and shit. Because now I'm trying not to hear what I'm hearing right now. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna figure this out.
Talk amongst yourself. Chase, what have you been watching or playing or doing or eating?
I have been doing stuff. You know what I've been doing? I've been working and I'm pulling orders, working in a warehouse for the National Guard.
Cool. Should you be talking about that? There's no secret.
No, I mean, the fact that I work there isn't a secret. But I mean, I'm not. I can't like tell you.
Let me tell you exactly what I'm doing.
Yep.
I mean, it ain't like the nigga got a security clearance. Like, what are we talking about here?
Actually,
impossible stuff over
actually, the me does have a security clearance, but
Okay.
He's like, let me show you my badge.
Don't steal no MREs.
Right? Can you really get in trouble for that?
well, I think stealing anything you can get in trouble for, but you know.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but is it like an extra special thing where you're like, don't be stealing MRE? Because I've always wanted to try those.
I'm
pretty sure they're disgusting. I know you can buy them for like $20.
I hear they're pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not paying $20 to get like a powdered spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah, something's gonna make you constipated.
Oh, Scott, I was wondering, do you really have like over 200 hours in Spider-Man, or do you just leave the game on?
That's my kids.
Oh. He just does it to trick the thing. I think.
I was half tempted to buy PlayStation 5 today so they can play Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's all they want to do when they come over is play that damn game.
Because you're PC now, right?
Yeah, I got a PC.
I would be more PC if like this one didn't. I wasn't afraid of this one falling apart.
Right.
I got a PC. I mean, I only play games on it. I bought it for that. Like I try to play Warzone for Modern Warfare, but I'm playing on what is it, a 17-inch monitor, and I can't see people from far away. So I'm like, fuck this. I'll go back to my 60-inch TV.
Scott's gonna have somebody on one side of the screen. Like, okay, tell me what happens over here.
Okay. I figured out the name of the show. The name of the show is called Fatal Seduction.
Oh, okay. I wasn't gonna watch it anyway, but cool. That's good to know.
But no, for real, that shit is like if you look at it and it's just kind of like okay, but that shit starts like the storyline is on. It's just above Tyler Perry level.
Wow.
Hey, I've been like sitting here working on this. Do you think on when this goes to YouTube, is this dramatic enough for the YouTubes?
That seems very dramatic. And it's not the last episode of Scarcasm. It's the last episode of the way that Scarcasm is now.
I think that's too much to type.
Yes.
That looks like the Law and Order logo. What are you doing?
Would you just pull Canva up on your phone?
Yeah. Canva actually has like decent fonts now, like actual like legit fonts, like Futura and Helvetica and stuff, which you know are normally shit you have to pay for. You know.
I use Canva to design my my labels for my candles and wax melts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. All the stuff I made all the stuff in Canva.
Do the fonts on there that you have to pay for, are they like given like a weird knockoff name?
Well, there is some that you can pay for, but they have a lot. But I mean, I am kind of a purist. I like the classic ones like Helvetica and Futura and Times and stuff. Like all these extra ones are just make things look cheap. Like that is Futura and it looks great. You know.
I'm just saying, like, is Times actually called Washington Post or something? I don't know.
You're a font nerd.
Actually, I am. Yeah,
So, all right, I think we got it.
We got
Did we get it? Did we get it? I think we got it.
You don't get it.
Because I think I said everything I needed to say, and saying the stuff about the show and what's going to happen with the show is basically it's kind of a quasi retirement. I'm retired from just being podcaster guy for here. I mean, I still have the show that I'm doing with Rashani and them, where we're currently watching Breaking Bad.
Hasn't it been like 12 years?
It's been 2009 is when I first started being on podcasts. 2010 in February is when Scarcasm started. February 2010 is when Scarcasm started. And like the crazy part about it is I've seen so many of my podcast friends kind of put their mics down. Like they're just not doing this stuff anymore. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, I don't know if I really want to put my mic down, but then it was just kind of like, there's kind of other things I want to do with this time. And like being able to just randomly, whenever I felt like it, just turn the microphone on, talk for a few minutes, and then call that shit a day. It seemed like a much better thing for me personally, instead of being held to a schedule and all of that. I just don't want to do that part anymore.
So yeah, let's think about it. Like all the podcasts I listened to when I first started listening to podcasts, I don't think none of them are around anymore except for this one.
Yep. And this one, like I said, it'll stay. It'll just be very infrequent. I'm still going to pay for the same feed. I'm still going to put stuff up on the same feed. It'll just be, more topical stuff when I feel like talking about something specific.
There was a podcast that I used to listen to back then, and they kind of retired and put their mics down, all of them. So I was like, okay, well, I still got the old episodes that I can go back and listen to. No, they shut that down too. I was like, okay, well,
yes, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that
because I can never hear these people again. All right.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again because a lot of the episodes are lost. I know where I can get some of them, but there's a lot of the episodes of this show that are lost. And so like I don't want what's here to go away.
Right.
Because even if I gotta lower it to the lowest tier on Libsyn, I will keep paying this just so it'll be there. And yeah, so and originally I thought about just kind of like leaving this the way that it is and go starting something else on Anchor and doing the Anchor thing there, but it was just kind of like, no, Chase wants the responsibility of dealing with that part himself. There's a fly in here, and
there you go, Chase.
Yeah, Chase wants the responsibility of being able to do all this stuff himself. Like this, let's be honest, Chase does a lot. Like Chase does a lot. Like
I felt like I was bothering you when I would like, hey, can you post this, or like, hey, how about we do, like, so then that way I can just like.
I never felt like that. Personally, I never felt like that. It's just like I just forgot what the password to Libsyn is, so I was never able to tell you.
Dang it, Chase!
It's like it automatically populates, and I know that there's a way to look it up, in my Chrome or whatever. But I just figured like it just pops up in Chrome. I could just log in, upload the show, copy and paste the stuff from the show notes, and call it a day.
Right.
So I never felt like that was bothersome. I never felt like any of that stuff. And like, I genuinely am happy that you want to continue.
Sweet.
I really am. And like I said, I'll jump in and I want that to be as successful as this is. And I want that to be good, and I want that to, be something that I listen to for the little bit of time that I have to listen to podcasts. But I absolutely will listen to that. So it's just about moving on, I guess you would say. Just not necessarily moving on, but just moving a little bit forward for me. And
it's Obama.
Forward, always, but that's not Obama. That's Luke Cage. But yeah, so that's what it is for me. So for this iteration of the show, this is us signing off. So on behalf of everyone who's ever been involved with this version of the show, salute to everyone from the beginning with like Sherry and Jaybird and Pimp and like all the way to the people who are still here now. I salute everyone who has has been responsible for us getting to this point. And I hope whatever I decide to do next or support next, y'all will come with. And I hope that when the first show, Geeks Gone Raw, comes out, I'm gonna get Chase to put it in the Google Drive so that I can put it on here so y'all know where to go to get that and all of that. So I'll make sure that I do that and make sure that y'all know where that is, because I'll be over there too, just not consistently. So for last time with this version of the show, thank you to everyone who was here today: Blue, Chase, Sam, Scott, and myself. Peace out to the Warriors, yo. That sounded really sad. Like I felt that kind of felt sad. Did that feel sad to y'all? It felt fucking sad.
Nah.
I know you'll pop up every now and then, so it's not like you just.
Yeah, it's not like I'm going away. It's just like it's just like I'm just going to do something smaller, and I'll be a part of the other thing. So cool. But yeah, peace out to the worms. We out of here.
Peace.
Later.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Look, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.